Insiders, we just received some very exciting news that hockey royalty has arrived in Bloemfontein. I'm heading off to the University of the Free State, where Diane Kasim and Tahira Augusti, the local girl, they're busy training, but they've graciously agreed to sitting down with us for an interview. Kasim has had a fantastic season in the Hoofklasse, winning the Hoofklasse with his team Amsterdam, and Tahira Augusti will reflect on her journey. 2 years ago, she was still a schoolgirl in Bloemfontein, one of the very best juniors in the country, and then stepping up to the women's side. We all know where her story went from there. Don't go too far away, because this should be one of the very best interviews we've had on this season. Well, insiders, you join us back here with, I'm going to try and put this into words, but hockey royalty at the moment. If you're looking for buzz around the international hockey scene, it's all come to Bloemfontein as two of the superstars in the Dutch league has joined us. Mr. Kasim, I think we should call you from now on, and Miss Augusti, because let's be honest, you guys have shot into a bit of stardom over the last season or so. Welcome.
Thank you. Firstly, thanks for having us. And I know we had training, but to have a chat is always nice. And
needed a break.
It just speaks about it. They're actually on a break, insiders. They are now on their off season. Not even off season. They're on their break. They're on the holiday season, and they're out on the turf, hitting balls and practicing. They've been practicing here for about an hour and a half. And it just shows you, if you want to be an international star, that's what you got to do on days when people are resting.
Yeah, it's not exactly tropical weather either. So, we appreciate you guys cutting your training short and then popping in. Yeah, let's talk about your season in the Hoofklasse. I mean, it's where the season started and where you guys, your trajectory just changed. Let's talk about the emotion of being crowned the champions of the Netherlands.
Yeah, firstly, it's a dream come true. You don't get those opportunities every day, and also for South African to play in Hoofklasse. It's like I said, it's a dream come true. Firstly, I have to say credits to IDM for firstly giving me the opportunity to play in the Hoofklasse before I moved over to Amsterdam, and then of course moved over to Amsterdam. Played a bit of warm-up matches. Then we have a team weekend away, and straight away the objective was to make the playoffs. There was no maybe 5 new players, new coach. Let's think about it as a process. No, directly we want to make the playoffs, and from there, we made the playoffs. Unbeaten at home, and then of course, winning the semi-final by coming back, and then winning in the final.
Let's talk about that semi-final comeback. You guys obviously had the chips down against you. What was the catalyst? What was the change in that game for you guys?
I think it was just to believe and make sure that you have each other's backs. Of course, if you play in the Dutch league, it's like ping pong. I would say that. You go, we go, have a go, whoever have a go. And I think we just took our opportunities, and at the beginning we were 2-1 up, so it's similar to UEFA Champions League. You play two matches, and then of course they tally the score and not like home goal, away goal. And of course we were 2-1 up, and then we went down 3-2 against Den Bosch, and fortunately enough we got another goal at the end to make it 5-4 to us.
That's amazing. Tahira, it's almost like coming back home. My parents are still here.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago, we just spoke about that. 2 years ago, you were part of that Free State under 18 side. And you scored arguably the goal of the IPT that we've seen in the No, that's not it's the fact.
There
I mean,
was better goals.
let's run back to this, bro. Gets the ball just...
I think you and I were still in the comms box then, JD, so we witnessed this firsthand, in front of us here. So we,
I literally...
Pretty awesome goal, that one.
Fell off my chair when you scored, running all but 50 meters and putting that into the top corner. Southern Gauteng still has flashbacks about it.
talk to Paris girl Isaacs, he'll tell you she can remember every second of that spur shot and Augusti causing all sorts of chaos that day. Let's talk about your new club and what's on the horizon for you, Tahira.
Yeah, so I also started HDM like Dayan as well, and I've been fortunate enough to get an opportunity to go to Hurley. So I'm really excited for that. It's a club in Amsterdam as well, and I went there for a few trainings, and I'm really excited to join.
I think South African hockey is in such a good space given the talent that we have. Obviously, both ladies and men's sides competing away at the moment, the men in Malaysia at the moment. Your take on the current performance?
Yeah, I think, of course, they sent a really young team. We had 6 debutants, under 21 players. I think the guys are competing really well. Of course, you can see there's a lack of, everybody being together throughout the year, and you can see it catches up to you. Example, France, they've been together for so long. They've been coming back with their games, winning 5-4 against Korea. Korea,
Yeah.
and then of course, beating South Africa. So you can see the difference. But again, the boys are competing. They have 5 to 8. Tomorrow they play Malaysia, so I'm sure the boys will end off really well.
Yeah, lots of character. I mean, going down 4-0 against the Welsh in the first 2 chukkers and then coming back to equalise towards the end and almost winning that game. So a lot of character. Bram, it's been something we've been speaking about for quite some time, is the youth in the side building. They obviously have the expertise and the experience sitting next to us, not there at the moment, but a lot of youngsters coming through the system.
Absolutely, and it's always good to have youngsters, but it's also you need to have experience, and experience pulls you through the hard times, and that's what, in my opinion, that squad sort of had or still has. There was some flamboyant young players out there, people that will play for South Africa many years to come, with some experience. But obviously, the men's team lost about 5 or 6 crucial big players in the last year or so, Dayan. And that takes some doing to get back from where the team was to where they are now, and to get back up to flying colours. What would your advice be to the national team?
Yeah,
especially the youngsters, and then speak about the senior players.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult with people being overseas, and of course now having national commitments. The seasons clash in a way, because of course, like, I finished the hoofdklas the other day or like 2 weeks ago, and of course the teams were already selected because you had to attend a camp in South Africa. So that makes it really difficult. I know, like Nicholas Spooner and Tuli Bili, those guys in Germany, it was also the same situation. I think the nice thing, or something that could really help, is that we have European tours or European camps, because most of the guys are overseas and it's easier to fly. I think South Africans over there, and then it makes it easy where you can travel from Holland to Belgium to, example, Germany, because everything's like 30 minutes away by train.
It's something we picked up from the Egyptians. They used to do that a lot, leading into the I know from the 2019 Olympic Games, the road to Tokyo. They had a European base camp where they flew all the Egyptians over for weekends, and they just spend a lot of time out there training together.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so easy because you can just contact the club who one of the South Africans are playing at, and it's easy to just say, can we please have a camp here, and it should be okay. And then of course the youngsters coming through, I think, like you said, you need more experienced guys around them, but yeah, I think they're doing well. They should just keep going, and of course not one tournament will define your career. We have lots of tournaments coming up, especially Africa Cup. To qualify for the World Cup is more important than Nations Cup. Of course, yes, you want to play in the Pro League, but we're not by the means to do so yet, and of course it's baby steps. But yeah, the youth is exciting.
Tahira, and you, from the ladies' point of view, obviously you've been to World Cups, Olympic Games as a young player yourself. Our national ladies team, also a fairly young team, inexperienced, going out there. Is there sort of advice that you would give those players?
Yeah, I think since we lost like a lot of players, experienced players like Celia, Durkee, Erin, and our goalkeeper as well, Anal. So it is a very young team, but I know a lot of them want to go overseas, like in the next few years. So I think that's really good for them to just grow as an individual and take their hockey further.
We speak about overseas and the hoofdklasse and playing there. What's the prospects like for more South Africans joining the hoofdklasse?
Yeah, I think it's really big. Yeah, the guys over there loves the South Africans anywhere in European or in Europe. Would I say that they love South Africans? So whatever opportunity you get, doesn't matter which country it is, just take it. Because example, if you have a player who has Zanani Kraus playing in Italy, example, yes, people would think okay, it's not a good league or whatever, but the more people we have overseas, the better it is. Because traveling from Italy to Holland, it's what 2 hours, example. So it doesn't matter where you go, it's just take the opportunities, and there's lots of opportunities out there. Just whatever club offers you, go for it.
Diane, something that every young player dreams about is to play in front of an audience, a jam-packed stadium where there's a vibe like you had in your World Class final. What is it like? What stepping on that turf, the emotions that you experience? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, firstly, I would say credit to the South Africans who came out there. I had some German guys, South African who plays in Germany, and of course I had Tahira and other people who were watching from South Africa. And as soon as I ran out and I saw all these South Africans, like, what the hell, man, it can't be true, because sometimes you always watch on the TV, on YouTube, but here you actually have people who are supporting you all the way through, and that was really special for me. And then you can't get a better crowd than in the Netherlands or India, playing in front of 15,000 people. I remember the tickets were sold out, and then they had to build an extra stand to get more people in. I think it's crazy, man.
And doing this with your brother?
Yeah, even more special. I think for us as brothers, it's not about us, it's about the country and for the people we play, and especially our family. It means more to us, or for us to play for them. So of course it's really cool that we won Hoofdklasse, but we're just trying to show the rest of the country that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter who you are. Yeah, if you go for your dreams, it will come true.
Here's the big question. Sorry, we get asked this a lot. What do you do when you're not training?
Eating.
Yeah, maybe chilling with family, but most of the time I'm training.
Hitting balls, as we can see.
Exactly.
But the life of a professional hockey player, because let's face it, that's what you guys are. You guys have endorsements. You play for money. I mean, you get paid to play. Take us through the typical day in prepping at your club.
Yeah, so firstly, on Mondays we have gym. You can do whatever you want. Just go down to the gym. And then Tuesdays we have a session from 4 till 7 with the club. Wednesdays you again on your own, and you have like individual training with a coach. If you want to go down, you can train. And then on Thursdays we have a double session, which sounds really weird, but we're there from 7:30 until 2 o'clock. So of course we have video, and then we have trainings. And then on a Friday we have just technical training by PCs, whatever. Saturday's your only day off. Sunday you play.
You sit in you walk into your clubhouse where you are at the moment. I've been fortunate enough to be there. You look at the names and you look at photos of players, and you realize you're in the presence of something really special. How does it make you feel?
Yeah, unbelievable. I think the first time I got to Amsterdam, I sat next to Robert Kemperman, and if you grow up as a youngster or even now, that's the player you look up to. And of course at the beginning I was like, okay, I'm a bit scared, this guy might say something. He has 250 caps for Holland. But what a legend, man. He's so welcoming, helps you through everything. You can ask him for advice anytime, and they're always there to help you. And Dutchies are direct, straight to the point. They don't fool around. But like you said, it's unbelievable.
Tahira, you get to Europe, or let's say you get to Amsterdam, a girl from Bloemfontein in the middle of South Africa, where the tallest building is, I don't know,
as tall as you, Jay.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. But how big a change has it been for you to go to that side of the world?
Yeah, I think because hockey in the Free State is like really big, like especially like Unisia and Oranje, the rivalry, and they take hockey very seriously. Like, okay, I've never lost an IPT with Southern Free State, so like the hockey is really good and very competitive, especially like when you play against the other teams, you can see the difference between like Free State and teams in the other countries. Oh my word.
Across the country?
Teams in the other city. Oh my word. Those needs to be crossed.
We can do this
Those
if
needs
you want
to.
to.
Those needs to be crossed. Teams in the other cities.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think obviously like in school hockey it's much easier, but coming like, at least I was in the SA setup from a young age, so that also helped me, because school hockey is very easy. Like I could run as fast.
Oh, well, you
as
showed us what you can do
Yeah,
at school
but
level.
over there, everyone's like better than you, and like I'm still very young,
Okay.
so I'm still learning. But yeah, it was tough, but getting there.
Yeah, missing mom and dad's food, I take it.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
mom and dad misses you more.
Yeah, I see your
Yeah.
dad plotting and wandering around at games he shouldn't be at, and I'm thinking to myself, geez, he's missing his daughter way too much. What? When do you? Let's just go a little step ahead. The next Olympic cycle. Ideally, what would you see change in South African hockey to make sure that you guys really kick it in the teeth there when you get there?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be straightforward now. Is just select the right players, pick the best team. Doesn't matter of who you are, where you come from. Pick the best team. As Rossi said, you could see one of the top players that plays in Super Rugby example, and all of a sudden it's different when it comes to international rugby. So that's the idea. Just pick the best team with the best qualities, and of course, yeah, we always bring money up, and we need time together and all of those things. But the reality of South African hockey is we're not able to do that. So select the best team, the team that will put their body on the line, the players that will put their body on the line, and take the country to the next level. If the Springboks can do it, of course, yes, they have money, but sometimes money doesn't always take you places. You can just go through thick and thin and make sure you're out there.
That is something that you must be targeting as the next Olympic Games.
Yeah, hopefully. I think at the moment, as you know, I took a break from international hockey for a bit, just mentally after Olympics. It was really tough for me, especially captaining the side, and also now with the indoor, it's really tough. But yeah, hopefully I'll make myself available for Olympics.
It's good to know. Taira, you are sitting here smiling on the side, thinking ahead into the future. What, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in terms of hockey?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely stay in Holland and play there for the rest of my life, or as long as I can, and then still hopefully play for South Africa.
Brilliant. How cool was this?
This was amazing.
I was just
This was-
asking someone to pinch me quickly.
Listen, I'm stunned for words. I'm just listening to the knowledge coming out of these players, and we just saw them on the TV screens 2 weeks ago. Now they're sitting right next to us.
Yeah, I'll
What
be
a
honest,
privilege.
when I saw you walking past, I was like, where's the cameras? Something's wrong. Guys in Bloemfontein of all places. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for being such great role models. Thank you for always giving back to the game. Yeah, girl from Bloemfontein, it's living the dream. I don't think you quite understand the magnitude of the influence you have with junior hockey players. You walk around Unisi, there's a Reece Gibbs who aspires to be an Augusti. There's a Lemise Sadat who aspires to be a Bianca Reece Gibbs. And it started with players like you guys. You obviously have been setting the trend since schoolboy days. You guys have been this role model pairing, you and your brother. And yeah, from a hockey community in South Africa, we just want to say thank you so much. The sacrifice, the effort you put in, the time that you take out, even a training like this, just to give back, is something that's astounding. And we wish you well in the future. Hope to see you guys soon on the international stage again. And yeah, continue what you're doing, because it's absolute magic.
Yeah, just from my side, I think, I've watched the insiders back in Holland. And yeah, what you guys also do for South African hockey, or for hockey in general, it's really cool to see. And also the way you guys speak about players. Example, you spoke about Lita Cry, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Like, that's unbelievable. That's the future of South African hockey coming through. And for you guys to give up your time and, blow South African hockey up, it's really appreciated. And yeah, I will continue to watch this episode, if I could say, or videos, because it's really cool to see. And once again, thank you for having us.
Hopefully we get to do an episode somewhere when you're winning another championship abroad. It's been amazing having you guys on the show. Taira, thank you so much for popping in again. And Brom, that's how we're going to wrap this up. I mean, yeah.
What a show. Insiders, what a show. I mean, we've heard from the most inexperienced players to the most experienced players out there in South African hockey. So, right here, inside the D, on your telly sets, as I call it.
A telly set.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that Telefunken telly set, why don't we?
On your telly sets, insiders. And you know what? Thanks for being with us.